rock it, rock it, rock it, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock it, rock it, rock it, rock it, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud. How neighbors from my hood to yours got a strut on, hand to handle, open the door. Beat knock forwards, don't get startled when you see us. Blake all in black, Renee, a damn genius. What y'all heard about us? Thought we was crazy? Don't judge a book by its cover. Open and maybe pages come alive and you'll see how we arrive. But for now, if you got it, light it, enjoy the ride. We sky flying, hovering cumulus clouds, hugging air like a lair. We ain't coming down. If we did though, palm trees eating the mangoes, ladies walking with open toes. You know the sandals, sandy white beaches, azul agua, my tides and mojitos. Time to tear it down, but though our heads are in the cloud, we rolling down the window, rocking the beat loud. Rock the beat, rock it, rock it, rock it, rock it, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock it, rock it, rock it, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud. Is your system on blast? Speakers about to pop, pushing down the gas, don't care if you're getting stopped. Amp like your bass and your tweeters. Stamp, I'm the doorman, holding your hand, nice to meet you. Renee in the DJ booth, true, true. Blake, I'm escorting you, true, true. Looking so fine with your heels dressed, showing your spine. Curves so deadly, called the Autobahn. Mine, I wanna watch your dirty wine, baby. Crowd party hopping, evil eyes jocking. Beg my part in the stage is steady calling. Ying to my gang whispers something haunting. Yeah, barely can understand it. No problemo, heart feels the tempo. Yo, en fuego, just like we planned it. Gon' rock it right to another planet. Rock the beat, rock it, rock it, rock it, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud. Rock it, rock it, rock it, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud. Rock it, rock it, rock it, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud. Rock it, rock it, rock it, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud, rock the beat loud. This has been a Blake Renee production. Salute. I'm rocking. Everybody gonna do that little dance, I don't even play golf.
Yo, that's it.
Using light as a weapon, and then take a shot to the flame. I am everywhere to go. I am everything you think you know. I am the mainframe, and you are one megabyte all alone. I'm not sorry for anything I said. I'm not sorry for anything I did. I'm a good kid with the fully blown lid, and it's all because you broke that I'm like this. Just like the system, in order is enemy. You live your life like you're dead, death is your destiny. All your life you lived under the gun. You're not bloody or wrong, and I never was. Everywhere you go, I am everywhere.
rappers claim to not give a fuck. Well, step aside, bitches, cause I give the lowest amount of fuck humanly possible. What? I don't give a fuck about anything. Fuck everyone and fuck everything. What? I don't give a fuck. I literally don't give a fuck about anything. I don't give a fuck about motherfucking anything. People care about shit. I say fuck everything. Fuck you, fuck me, fuck the sky, fuck trees, fuck the sun. I don't need heat or vitamin D. And fuck toasters. I don't need to cook my bread. And fuck coasters. I use a little plate instead. And fuck roosters. With your useless cock-a-doodle-doo, we invented alarm clocks. We no longer need you. Don't give a fuck about chairs. I prefer to stand. And fuck air conditioners. I got a ceiling fan. And fuck the movie The Fan, starring Wesley Snipes. Demolition Man's the only Snipes movie I like. And fuck liking shit. I don't even like the stuff that I like. Don't give a fuck about not liking all the shit I don't like. Like tissues. Fuck 'em. I'll blow my nose on the couch. And fuck my nostrils and my sense of smell. I breathe through my mouth. Don't give a fuck about seeing, bitch. Fuck my eyes. Fuck visual perception. Yo, I'd rather be blind. And fuck time. Seconds are too short. And minutes are a joke. And hours are way too long. They should be half an hour at most. And fuck coast. Don't give a fuck about where water meets land. And fuck boats. Just cause you float, you think you're so fucking bad. And fuck jokes. I don't need to be funny all the time. My dog has a tumor and he's probably gonna die. But I don't give a fuck about anything. Fuck everyone and fuck everything. What? I don't give a fuck. I literally don't give a fuck about anything. Walked into a coffee shop and ordered a cup. The girl said small, medium, large. I said, bitch, I don't give a fuck. She said, I can't process your order if you don't pick a size. I said, fine, I'll take a large, but I still don't give a fuck, alright? Don't give a fuck about beverage size options, motherfucker. And I don't give a fuck about liquids either. They're all wet and shit and tend to spill all over the place like human semen when I get it all over my face. I'm not gay, I just don't give a fuck about straight sex. And fuck my dick, I'll pee and come out of my mouth instead. Fuck biological functions, fuck the human body. I prefer the body of a bat and the head of a coyote. I'd call myself Bat Yodi and I'd fight crime at night. I know it's similar to Batman, but motherfuck copyright. I plagiarize all the time, I do it every day. Cause I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. And fuck birth, entering the world of space and time is a bitch. Searching for purpose in the random universe sucks dick. Is it deterministic or am I free to choose my way? That I choose and I give a fuck about Ice Cube trays? If I want ice, I'll go to the fucking corner store and buy a bag. Filling you up and wait for the water to freeze some motherfucking drag. You know what? Fuck the word fuck, I don't need to use it. I'll replace it with the word chainsaw for this chorus. I don't give a chainsaw about anything. Chainsaw everyone and chainsaw everything. What? I don't give a chainsaw. I literally don't give a chainsaw about anything. If there were a contest to see who doesn't give a fuck the most, I wouldn't win cause I don't give a fuck about winning, yo. I don't even give a fuck about not giving a fuck. So I do give a fuck. Wait, what? I give a fuck about everything. I love everyone and care about everything. What? I give a fuck. I literally care about every motherfucking thing.
Work being done.
You sick little monkey!
What the fuck, man?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm worse than Hitler?
I'll smoke it with you, bro. We'll go to the loony bin together. I don't give a fuck.
No one ever wants to pay me to have sex.
If I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Gentlemen, we are dealing with someone here who has absolutely no life.
Stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Fuck you. Yeah, that's my message to you. Fuck you and kiss my ass. It's time!
Hi. God damn it. Ah, son of a bitch. I can't get anything right on the first, second, third, or fifth try. Now we're here, right? We gotta be. We have to be. There's no other possible explanation other than the fact that we're live. Volume sucks. I hear nothing. You know, we're working on it. I have volume now. Don't tell me that you can't hear me anymore. You're lying to me. You're a liar. We're fixed, right? Okay, all right. There we go. People yelling at me, telling me my shit's not working right. I got everything working now. And hi, welcome back. Episode 34, Primal Podcast. Here we are. We started late, and I apologize. We're like super late. Normally, this would be the end of the show. So can I just do 15 minutes and then get the fuck out of here? Sound effects are a little low. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. All right? Everything was a little twisted. We're getting things put back together. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm glad you guys could make it. I'm glad I could make it. We're starting late. I had to bring my daughter home later than I normally do before I start the show. So that's why we're not starting until we would normally be close to ending. But here we are. So thank you. And I have so much because once again I took a week off. And then I came back, and that means I end up loaded with stuff to talk about. We'll start once again. Well, not once again. I didn't announce this before. I'm going to announce it tonight, although we don't have an official date for it yet. But Shots for Followers is coming up in the next couple weeks. So as any of you that watch me regularly know, I'm trying to hit affiliate. It's going to take 50 followers to hit that affiliate mark so we can get some extra bonuses and have that lovely title of Twitch affiliate. So we're like 20-something followers short at this point. I'm pretending I haven't been keeping track. I just don't know the exact number. I've been paying very close attention. But yeah, we're 20-something followers short of hitting the affiliate goal. And in order to try and reach that goal, we're doing Shots for Followers. That's right. Me and Chris McGinnis will be jumping into the studio here, and every time I catch a new follower during the show, we will take another shot. So invite your friends, invite your enemies, invite whoever you want, because we're going to need the attention, and if you want to get us wasted, it's going to be every new follower. Every single time that alert goes off that we gain a new follower, new shot goes down the hatch, and it's going to be a mess. I have begged Chris not to get naked this time, because now that we broadcast on Twitch, I can't afford to get fucking banned. So I'm praying to God he keeps his penis where it belongs, but unfortunately, I never know what's going to happen. So keep it in mind. Pay close attention to my Twitter, my Instagram, and Facebook and stuff. I'll be announcing when I have a date locked in. I'm also trying to get my buddies at Microphone Homies Pod. You can find them on Instagram there. I'll even drop it in chat real quick. It's Microphone Homies Pod. Let's see if that... There we go. Best to keep things running smoothly. Which brings me to one of the other points of interest I wanted to talk about today. As you guys know, I've been having some issues with this PC because it's old as fuck. It's probably 10 years old. This was my original gaming rig that I bought myself. Or built myself. I can't talk. And it's starting to fall apart. It's getting on the older side. And, man, I'm getting network errors up the ass. I don't know what is going on with the... So I hope everything looks to be in order other than the fact that I can't see the stream myself. So hopefully there's no issues there. But yeah, so the gaming PC I run everything off of has been really fucking slow and falling apart. So... Let me bring up OBS here so I can see what's going on. I started a new project. That new project is this. That's right. Ryzen 5, baby. Just got it. Just got delivered today. It's a Ryzen 5 2600. This and this here, my Corsair Vengeance. This is the start of the new streaming and gaming rig. OBS is throwing me all sorts of errors. What is it telling me? All right, I don't know. I apologize. I hope everything is running smoothly. I'm sure Ryan will give me a text if there's any real problems. So again, I apologize if I'm stuttering a bit, both physically and on the stream, because I'm getting errors left and right on my end of things. But yeah, that's the new project. Got some Corsair Vengeance RAM, DDR4 RAM, a brand new Ryzen 5. So we have started a new PC build. Computer has that AMD sickness. It does. My original was an AMD, and I know it's boring for you non-tech folk. I'm sorry, but I am excited as fuck. The original was an AMD, and now that it's old as hell and falling apart, we're upgrading. So I got the first order of probably about 5 or 6 orders coming through, and then I may live stream the build too. So if anybody is interested and that's your bag, I'll let you know what's going on. But I may live stream the actual build of the new PC, just so you can check it out and join me while I put it together and see everything that's going in there. But that's the new project. So I came into a small windfall that helped me out, and it's helped me take care of a couple things, one of which being finally getting this up and running with a new rig. So I'll be doing some gaming on the PC again finally, and you know, I'll have the ability to do more than I normally do with a new rig. And then I'm also upgrading the CPU in the older one so that some of the production stuff I do, like the intro video I've been working on that went to a standstill because the machine is just running too slow and needs a little boost. So that's what we're working on there. Let's just check off some of the stuff that we needed to talk about there. And I also, while we're on the topic of new things coming, Apex Legends. I don't know how many of you are into this Battle Royale style thing. I'm not too much. I've tried PUBG. Wasn't really for me. I mean, it's not bad, but it was mediocre. It was all right. I check it out every now and then. But Apex Legends was just released, and I got it on the Xbox. Thank you, free, because free is for me. So we'll be probably during the week, during this time I'm normally off, on like Tuesdays or Wednesdays, I'll probably start streaming some Apex Legends. So don't forget, if you get bored, you got time, check me out on Twitch during the weekday. On Fridays, I do Fallout, and now on probably Tuesday or Wednesdays, I'll be playing a little bit of Apex Legends, and you can watch me get my ass handed to me because I've never fucking played it before. So should be fun listening to me curse and throw a fit because I'm just getting my ass completely handed to me left and right. Also, my apologies, I haven't done a Fallout Friday in like 2 weeks. I've been busy. Things have been... any chance of a new host?
Oh, the tragedy.
No, there's not. Fuck you. No chance of a new host, you bastard. But, you know, maybe one day if we succeed... the fuck?
Oh, the tragedy.
I don't know why it does that. It fucking doubles up on me, and I don't know why. Whatever. Anyway, so that's that. Yeah, I apologize. I haven't done Fallout Friday in like 2 weeks. And then finally, in my own personal life, before we start trying to breeze through all the weird news I do, in fact, have piled up for you, so don't run away yet. I know, I'm babbling a lot. I had a lot to cover. I've been gone for 2 weeks. So I had a lot to have to try and run through. We'll get to the weird news in a moment. Last but not least, watching The Office has become a fucking life problem for me. I don't know about anyone else, but for myself, I can't stop. I watch The Office constantly. All day long, all night long, every fucking day, I just watch The Office from start to finish, and then when it's over, I start again and watch it all the way through again, and it's really starting to affect my life because I don't watch anything else anymore. I just watch The Office all day, constantly, all the time. I can't help myself. I need an intervention. So if anybody at some point wants to show up at my home and intervene on me about my Netflix habits, or my one single Netflix habit, please feel free to do so. I could use the help. All right. Now, we got most of that stuff out of the way. I'm a little bit more relaxed now that I'm back on the air again. And I think it's time that I start trying to make my way through the news that we do, in fact, have planned here. So let's see what was on the list first. And Man, shit is already fucked up. I can see that. This is going to be a problem. But let's see what we can get through, all right? So first up, I don't have anything like ready here. Let's get rid of the old screen. Let's bring up our stories, and here's where we're going to start. That's right. I call it Bloody Disgusting. We got to click on the right tab to bring up the right story. Bloody Disgusting, that's right. Congratulations. Now you and your girl can both be on the rag, or both your car, actually, and your girl can both be on the rag at the same time with this trend of what they're calling blood wrapping your car, which makes it look like this. A giant tampon. Is there not another color? Like, does it only show on white? Can't you do this to another color car? Something that maybe doesn't make it look so much like a feminine hygiene product? Because I get the idea. I do. I'm a blood guy. I'm a gore guy. I'm horror. But it just, there's something about it that just doesn't quite look right. And the article says to start off that I've been honest, their finger may have slipped off the pulse of the automotive nation because he was unaware that making your car look like it's driven through a slaughterhouse is a thing. Until he started seeing the blood-splattered cars show up at various places online. And if you Google blood splatter car wrap, you'll find these and many more pictures to back up the trend. And basically, I mean, this is it. There's not a whole lot to it other than the fact that this is some kind of weird trend. And I kind of get it. But this one specifically, right here, it just looks like a tampon. I don't mean to offend you. Maybe I do a little bit. But it looks horrendous. Stop this. I don't even need to go through the whole article. If you're trying to tell fellow motorists, I engage in murder. I enjoy killing people but hate washing my car. Or my car has hemophilia. This may be for you. I wouldn't recommend it, though. I think it looks hideous, and you should stop immediately. Don't do this anymore, okay? We're going to make it quick because there's so much to get through. I don't have to focus on everything here. What is this? Stuff is just popping up in my face that I didn't fucking click on. I don't understand why. But next up, and let me bring up the old OBS here so we can skip right to the next one. This right here, what I'm calling the Pepsi Uber, as the story goes to the wrong window because I clicked on the wrong thing. In any case, this is a man who stole a Pepsi truck to get to the airport. As Oklahoma authorities report that he stole a Pepsi truck. God damn it. And he was, as the driver was unloading the soda in the back. So the guy's in the back trying to do his job, get everything off the back of the truck. This asshole decides, I don't have enough cash to call a cab, or one doesn't exist in my area. Uber, there's not enough around. It's going to take him too long to get here. But this Pepsi truck is conveniently on the side of the road, raring to go. It was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Nobody was hurt. Driver jumped off the back of the truck when he felt it move, and a trail of Pepsi went rolling out the back of the truck. Makes you wonder if this guy was on coke when doing this. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Actually, I won't be here again until next week. Regardless, the police said that Stephen Hart, that's his name, sorry. He told them he was trying to get to the airport after an argument with his girlfriend. The girlfriend said that she was searching for him. They caught up with the truck. When it was stopped in traffic, he jumped out and ran off. He was arrested as the rig rolled into the back of a school bus. Thankfully, there were no children on board. He's being held on pending charges that include larceny and attempted escape from the county jail as he was being booked into custody. So not only do you steal a Pepsi truck, get stuck in traffic, let the truck rear end a school bus as you take off, you then try and escape from jail later on, making things all the more fun for the police. Good job and congratulations. Home. Oh, fucking home run, Futtamucka. If you're going to do something, do it right and hit something. That's right. Absolutely. Next up on the list. What is this? You may be asking. Or you may not. Either way, you're going to find out. Because the answer is in an article I call Hungry, Hungry Rodent. Let that sink in on just how bad that one was. Because a rat broke into an ATM and ate nearly 20 grand in cash, then dropped dead. In case you were wondering, before we go too far, the outcome of the rodent, he fucking died. What do you think? He ate $20,000 in cash. So it was a malfunctioning ATM, and investigators came to check it out and found that $18,000 exactly in shredded banknotes and the remains of one money-hungry rat. Oh, donations. Okay, thank you, TwitchBot, for telling me and making a noise that I had to check. They report that the rodent evaded security, entered into the ATM vault, and proceeded to feast upon nearly half the cash locked inside. My guess, starving rat couldn't get out, decided to start eating money. Out of the $42,685 that was supposed to be available, only $25,022 was recovered intact. We started an investigation into this rare incident and will take measures to prevent a recurrence. Police say the rat acted alone, with no human accomplices. Golf clap for you guys. Golf clap. Well, I can tell you that it wouldn't have affected me. Number one, because of its location. Number two, because I'm taking out like $20 at a time from the ATM. I'd have been solid. No issues. Next up, as we whip through things, who is this man? Who is this man with an odd smile on his face, looking off into the distance? It's a man whose hand you should never fucking shake. Ever. That's right. In a story called Don't Touch Me, Dude, is a man that reports germs are not a real thing. He's a Fox News host, and he hasn't washed his hands in 10 years, he says. Donald Trump's favorite TV show. This is how the article starts. Don't jump on me, man. All right? I didn't bring Trump into it. The article did. It's Fox and Friends. And they have a reputation for giving airtime to conspiracy theorists that benefit the White House agenda. But host Pete Hegseth, he might have managed to upset the famously germophobic president by revealing he has not washed his hands in a goddamn decade. He admitted this as he discussed eating a day-old pizza that hadn't been refrigerated. He didn't see any issue with eating it, and noted that he didn't think he had washed his hands in 10 years. Really, he said, I really don't wash my hands ever. I think we actually have an audio clip. Let's see.
As I told you, my 2019 resolution is to say things on air that I say off air. I don't think I've washed my hands for 10 years. Really, I don't really wash my hands ever.
Help me!
No, I inoculate myself. It's not germs are not a real thing. I can't see them. Therefore, they're not real.
So you're becoming immune to all of
Exactly. I can't get sick.
You heard that. Yeah, nobody made that up. You did, in fact, hear that. Germs are not a thing. Because I can't see them, they're not real. I like to think that way about many things in life. $1 million. Since I can't see it, it doesn't exist. Audio is echoing. Listen, pal. There's only so much I can fucking do, all right? Give me a break. I'm doing my best. We can turn that shit down. I don't know if it's going to make a goddamn difference in the world. There's only so much I can do. Deal with it. Oh, clip audio. Clip audio is echoing. Yeah, well, I don't know what to do about that right now. So, suck it up, Buttercup. Till I figure out the problem, you may be dealing with echoing audio in the meantime. So, we're working on it, all right? We're not perfect here. People are flipping tables. I'm sorry. But yeah, so he admits... like I said, $1 million to me, I can't see it, so it must not be real. It helps me sleep at night knowing that I'm not rich, because nobody could be. I've never seen that much money. I also like to think that way about breasts that I don't see. They're not real. I can't see them. They don't exist. I feel better. So yeah, on Twitter, the guy gave mixed messages. He claimed he wasn't joking, and paraphrased the president in blaming the media for being so self-righteous and angry. He also said he supported drinking from hose pipes and riding bikes without a helmet. The CDC advised that regular hand washing is one of the best ways to remove germs, avoid getting sick, and prevent the spread of germs to others. Being well educated in washing hands reduces the number of people who get sick with diarrhea by 23 to 40%. He said diarrhea. Fox has form, however, when it comes to denying scientific fact, just because it's not immediately observable. Analysis by the progressive watchdog Media Matters for America found that Fox hosts tend to discuss climate change when the weather is particularly cold, seeking to cast doubt over accepted science regarding global rising temperatures. So basically, if it's really cold out, global warming can't exist because it's not warm. It's cold. Forgetting the fact that seasons do still exist, and your point is completely invalid. Next, moving right along. And I feel like we're moving a little too fast. I want to slow it down, but I can't. I'm energized, I'm hyped up, and I have no idea what's going on. But this story with these wrinkled, creepy-looking little baby feet is something I call fucking consent. That's right, because it's a man who wants to sue his parents for giving birth to him without consent. And hopefully, we don't need to consent to sue this man for being so fucking stupid. This is Mumbai, India. It's a 27-year-old man and self-described anti-natalist in Mumbai, India. He's gone viral after announcing a plan to sue his parents for giving birth to him without his consent. So, somehow, the parents are expected to, I guess, fuck and conceive a baby, and then ask for the baby's consent before they can give birth to said child. So, hopefully, they can keep the child in the womb till he's anywhere from 14 to 18 and at a reasonable age to understand what's going on and give his consent to exit the womb. Is Raphael Samuel. He said he didn't ask to be born, and so he should be paid for the rest of his life. According to BBC News, he says he struggled to understand why we were born since age 5. I was a normal kid. One day I was frustrated, didn't want to go to school, but my parents kept asking me to go, so I asked them, "Why did you have me?" And Dad had no answer. I think if he'd been able to answer, maybe I wouldn't have thought this way. That's right. If Dad had told you, we had you because we were bored, maybe you would feel a little bit more relaxed and understanding why Mom squished you out of her twat to begin with. He says that he acknowledges it's impossible to gain consent from a person before they've even been fucking born, and he's having trouble finding a lawyer to take his case. What's worse, both of his parents are lawyers. So you want to get a lawyer, which you can't fucking find because you're a crazy person, to argue with your lawyer parents while you attempt to sue them for doing something completely natural like giving birth to you, you spoiled little fuck. He maintains that the lawsuit is about principle. I know I'm going to be thrown out because no judge would hear it, but I do want to file a case because I want to make a point. Your point is completely pointless and should probably be kept out of the public eye. However, I managed to find it, and we're here laughing at you.
Hey, that's a good one. No, wait, I'm not finished holding my sides.
Has anybody else figured out the fact that I like to use sound effects to give me a moment to have another sip of my drink? Because I know this, And now you know this, and it's something we can never not learn. You can't unknow that. So when you hear a sound effect, it's probably so I can drink this. Hopefully it fits the situation, but it's most likely just so I can do that. And he shared a post on Facebook. It's allegedly written by his mom that said, if Raphael could come up with a rational explanation as to how we would have sought his consent to be born, I will accept my fault. Something tells me, although Mommy Dearest is being so sweet as to even give some kind of legitimacy at all to what he's saying, I have a feeling he's probably not going to come up with an answer anytime soon. Have another sip. When does all the sound effect... When does the all sound effect show start? My phone is making so much noise, it's pissing me off. The all sound effect show starts when I run out of shit to say. It could be today, it could be next week. At some point, there will be a show full of nothing but sound effects because I'm going to be too lazy to continue talking. But for now, we move on. That's right. Ass Man Part 2, the sequel. We haven't had a follow-up story on my show before. Usually it's one and done. However, I was lucky enough to come across... Technically, Ryan was lucky enough to come across and bring it to my attention, but who knew? Well, you guys know now because I'm stupid enough to tell you live on my show. Yes, Ass Man. We talked about Ass Man on the last show. The man that wanted a license plate with his last name on it, who he claims it's pronounced Osman. Ass Man will not take this sitting down. His name is David. He was thwarted in his quest, but he got revenge in the best possible style. Right fucking there. In other circumstances, he may have been more understanding for Saskatchewan government insurance, which issues license plates in the province, but profanity laws are... The National Post had said that Ass Man first tried to put his name on a license plate in the 90s, and it was rejected as profanity. His recent application was denied on the grounds that it was offensive, suggestive, or just not in good taste, which are all the things I enjoy, so fuck you, Saskatchewan. He says they think they're too worried that people are going to have hurt feelings about something that is complete nonsense. Even if it wasn't my last name, who's it going to hurt? Maybe the guy riding behind you that one day was a little embarrassed and a little shy, but decided to give in and let his wife slip a digit in his crack while she was, doing him a favor down below. He's driving down the highway behind you, and he sees Ass Man and gets very upset, begins to cry, and causes a 25-car pileup on the highway, all because you needed your last name on your license plate. Did you ever think about that? Of course you didn't. It's fucking ridiculous. Ass Man is correct. He also seems to have a good attitude towards everything. He was quoted as saying, I could have got a plate for the front, but I really wanted a vanity plate on the back of my truck. David, if I were you, I would have thrown in, I wanted a vanity plate on the ass of my vehicle. But that's just me. See, I hate to say it, he said, but I'm a sarcastic ass. There we go. And I just wanted to go big. There are so many jokes there, I can't even begin to decide which one I should go with. But he messaged the article, they say they messaged Ass Man for comment, and they'll update if he ever replies. The National Post reminds its readers of another famous Ass Man from Canada's past, Dick Ass Man. As a person he was astonished to realize that he never knew existed. Dick Assman co-owned a gas station in Regina, was also on The Late Show at least once, in addition to becoming a recurring segment where Letterman would get Dick Assman on the phone. So, I'm hoping... God, more network errors on my end of things. But I'm really hoping that we hear more about Ass Man, because I'd like to find out that he finally did get his license plate. Until then, we must move along. to a story that I call the High of the Tiger. That's right. I give you just a moment after I say them to let it sink in so you can understand just how bad these jokes and headlines that I come up with are. They're sleeve originals. I make them myself, and I die inside along with them. But a tipster crashed an abandoned Texas home to smoke some weed, and he found a caged tiger instead. That's right. It was a person entered an abandoned house in Houston's Harrisburg, Manchester neighborhood looking for a quiet place to toke, and he found a fucking tiger. They say the anonymous tipster understandably believed he was hallucinating when he found the animal. A female that police said was shut in a tiny cage secured only by a screwdriver and a nylon strap. Terrifying enough. They said they were in the house to smoke some ganj, and they thought they were hallucinating when they first saw the tiger. The tiger was in a rinky-dink cage in the garage, which was not locked. The garage was secured with a screwdriver and a nylon strap. They said that they called 311 to report the animal. Police also suspected they were under the influence of drugs, though investigating officers found both the tiger and several packages of meat. That's right. So I guess they were just like throwing it fucking raw steaks and shit. So the exact quote was that a concerned citizen called 311. He was trying to get into the house to smoke some marijuana. They questioned whether or not they were under the influence or if they actually saw a tiger. They saw the tiger in the building, this vacant house that's been abandoned for some time. The guy saw the tiger about a week ago, but it was only on Monday that the Animal Regulation, the Bureau of Animal Regulation and Care, or BARC, found the animal. Who had put it there remains unclear. It's in a pretty small cage, basically in a garage inside a house. It didn't look like it was in the best shape, so it's important that we get it out of that situation. The neighbors were totally unaware of the presence of the animal, with some speculating it was a pet and others saying it posed a clear safety threat. Well, no shit. Thank you, Captain Obvious, for pointing that one out. That perhaps a tiger in a cage only held closed by a strap and a screwdriver may possibly be a threat. I have my kids here. It's dangerous for them to have a tiger down the street, even if they had it as a pet. That's dangerous. Thank you. The world is a much better place now that you pointed that out. And we're not going to go all the way down the road. The fucking article goes on forever. And all we need to know is the goddamn weird part. We all die a little inside with your jokes, too. I was hoping I was the only one.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
But, all we need of these stories is the weird part. We don't need to get into what fucking subspecies the tiger was. Do you give a shit? I'm sure you don't. Lord knows I don't. And that's why we move along to this bovine right here. A cow? What could possibly be so fucking weird about a cow, man? Well, it's not just any cow. And you've heard of beating a dead horse, but how about getting beat by a dead cow? Berlin. The police in southern Germany have said that a slaughterhouse worker suffered serious injuries after being kicked in the face by a dead cow. In a statement, police say the cow was killed according to regulation early Thursday at an abattoir. I have no idea if I just said that right, but I feel like I did, so we're just gonna roll with it. And he hung from a meat hook for further processing. They say the carcass then kicked the man in the face, apparently due to a nerve impulse that experts say isn't uncommon. The 41-year-old worker was indeed hospitalized. How fucking weird would you feel once you started recovering, and woke up in the hospital? How fucking stupid would you feel that not only did you butcher a cow, but that cow then kicked your ass? I would probably tell him just let me die here. Let's see. Where are we in our order? Because that's all we had. Somebody got killed by a dead cow. Shit happens. We don't need to spend too much time on it because there's so much more to do. So much more. Oh, good. We're green now. We're not getting any more any more signs of error in the stream. Hopefully, it will remain that way while I refresh my page here and make sure that I have everything up and running the way it needs to be on my end. All right. Moving right along. That's right. Happy Valentine's Day. What is this? It's a story that I've titled, How to Peck Her Lock. That's right, I made a shitty pecker joke. Originally, it was how to unlock her box, which I thought was much better, till I saw the goddamn picture and realized, god damn it, it's a cock cage. The unlock her box joke isn't going to work, so I had to settle with how to peck her lock. That's right, but it's how to pick a chastity cage lock with a condom wrapper. So I don't know how many of you are into this sort of thing, but if you are, there's a there's a little a video that that'll show you how to unlock a cock cage with a condom wrapper. And in an especially unique example of physical penetration testing, a YouTuber calling themselves the Lock-Picking Lawyer demonstrated how to pick the lock of a chastity cage using only a condom wrapper, just in case your key holder has decided to run off. Or if you've been punished by your medieval wife. Chastity cages, or metal devices that lock a penis behind bars for bondage and torture play, yummy, usually have a built-in lock at the base, and it keeps the cage secured in place. The locks are fairly simple, and although they come with their own key, you apparently don't need a lock-picking kit to break into one. All you need is some stiff paper. Stiff. There's a joke there. I don't have time for it. Lock-Picking Lawyer, whose channel contains videos of him breaking into a slew of locks of all different shapes, sizes, and configurations, begins by trimming a slice of the wrapper's edge off and folds it lengthwise to make it more rigid. Yeah.
Hello, exactly!
From there, he simply holds down the tailpiece of the lock to provide tension, sticks the wrapper pick inside, and where the key would go, a little jiggle and the lock pops. The trapped cock, in theory, freed. Hopefully some poor imprisoned soul out there will find this information useful, the Lock-Picking Lawyer says in a video demonstration. If you've arrived here from Googling how to escape a dick lock, I wish you the best of luck. So, again, if having your cock and balls locked up in a device as such is your thing, but you're nervous that you don't really trust the person you're with, or they may try and pull a prank on you, know that you can cut off a piece of the wrapper and free your wing-wang all by yourself. You don't need that bitch or the key. Where were we? There's so much. There's so much still. I'm not even close to done yet. Thankfully, because we're not close to the end of my hour yet. All right. Up next, this house. Not weird, right? Looks like a nice suburban place. Couldn't possibly be that weird. I beg to differ. That's right. As I pull up more stuff that I need to stare at the right time. It's a story called Sex Down Under, The House. It's an uproar over a house with a sex basement just 30 minutes outside of New Jersey, which leads me to believe it's near me, and I'd like to visit. And if any ladies out there want to come with me, I hope you know my number, because I'm not giving it out here. We're not recommending that you leave the Garden State, but if you're looking to stay close and you happen to have a fascination with some of the things that go on in 50 Shades of Grey, a recent real estate listing in Philadelphia suburb of Maple Glen could be the right fit. From the outside, the brick colonial looks like it fits in with many upscale suburban neighborhoods, but the listing went viral since it was posted Thursday afternoon because of one not-so-common feature, which is a disappointment. I think this should be a more common feature in every home. The house has a fully furnished pleasure room straight out of the popular series of erotic romance novels and movies. Realtor Melissa Leonard has been fielding media requests and angry neighbors since the listing was posted, but she has no hesitations in taking on the project. She said she has since dubbed the house 50 Shades of Maple Glen. Oh, you are a winner. You are a winner, Melissa. What you can't see, what is not pictured here, is many different racks and bed posts, or the foot of the bed with the thingy in it, the gallows or whatever the fuck it is, where you kind of hang and people throw pies at your faces, and hooks full of cat of nine tails and ball gags and all various other sorts of things that I may or may not have hidden in my room. She said she first saw she saw the first two movies, only read a couple of chapters of the book. That was the first thing that came to mind when she saw it. This guy has 50 Shades of Grey going on in his basement, she told Slate. But I know it's a way of life for people. Philly has clubs for this. I go out. I know about nightlife. They nicknamed me Philly Socialite on Instagram, so I go out all the time. Nothing bothered me, she says. According to the real estate listing, the house in Maple Glen is a one-of-a-kind suburban home. It has 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and is being sold fully furnished. I've been a realtor for 15 years. I've never seen anything like this. Not everyone's been happy about the house's viral claim to fame. She said Leonard said she was confronted by an angry neighbor when giving an interview to Slate, and that some real estate websites have removed pictures of the basement from the listing. Pleasure room is being listed as the home's 5th bedroom, which can be converted back to a typical suburban basement, according to the listing. If you're interested, the asking price for the home is $750,000, and once it's yours, you can do whatever you want to or in said basement. I don't actually know how far Maple Glen is from me, but I would like to go check out the house. Just pretend I have any kind of money. I look fancy, right? I got a nice collared shirt today. I could pretend like I might have money. I host a show on the internet. It's insanely popular with 12 people, so I've got plenty of cash to put down a down payment on the house. I would just like to check out the sex basement I've heard so much about. Never crossed the streams. How do I unlock Nick Cage? You deserve all of them. I'm just letting it run. Yeah, you deserved all of that. How do I unlock Nick Cage might be line of the day. That might be line of the day. Point 4. Way to go. Way to go. I fucking love that one. Line to beat right there. Up next. What the fuck is this? That's right. That's right. In fact, it's this.
And now it's time for the shit story of the week.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the time for shit story of the week. Let's go ahead and take that down. We'll bring our other one back up, because shit story of the week number 1 is a museum that's full of crap. And I mean that literally. Domo arigato, Mr. Poop Bato. Because this spring in Yokohama, the Unko Museum will delight young and old alike with cute poop. It's not the first exhibition dedicated to Dookie. It's the National Poo Museum on the Isle of Wight, which is temporarily closed, and the Shit Museum in northern Italy. Yeah, that's its name, the Shit Museum. Those seem to focus on the agricultural importance of doo-doo, categorization of crap, or as its use as fecal fuel. The Unko Museum, however, is about adorable poops. Unko, or poop, can be considered cute in Japan. Hence the pink turd from the Dr. Slump anime and the poop emoji it apparently inspired. So the exhibits are much more interactive, with a giant Unko sculpture and ball pit, photo spots, and games. There's an exhibit of Unko art and Unko goods from around the world. That's right. Shit from around the world. You can get your picture taken with shit. You can play games involving shit. There's a ball pit, probably filled with some form of cute shit. Unfortunately, for those poo enthusiasts, the museum will only be open for a limited time. It's ending its run on July 15th. But if you're in Japan, you're into poop, and you think you'd like to see a museum dedicated to all forms of cute and adorable shit, literally, check out the Poop Museum over in Japan. A museum about cute poop. I can't stress enough, that's an entire building, top to bottom, of cute poop. I have an adorable, almost 4-year-old daughter. Nothing about her shit is cute. Nothing about the power dumps I take are fucking cute. But they have found a way to make cute poop adorable, cute, lovable. I want to go. So somebody pay for my fucking flight to Japan so I can go to the crap museum and tell you all about it. Next. That's right. It's a story about plain shit.
Fucking moron.
I am indeed a fucking moron. And somehow I'm still allowed to be on the internet because I'm not as dumb as half of the rest of the internet. That makes sense? Sure. My math is about as good as Sex Panther. 60% of the time, it works. Every time. So the next story up is, story that I'm calling Mile High Dump. That's right. Pooping in a small plane is a shitty experience, to say the least. But this story, I believe, takes the cake. Or takes the dump. However we want to phrase that one. Oh, I muted stuff.
$20 whore.
Oh, that's right. Now you don't get to hear it.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Thank you. I got to make myself feel good about my horrendous speech every now and then. But we're not sure if there's a name for the combination cringe of sympathy and disgust. But anyone with a functioning set of bowels and the ability to feel shame will feel the pain reading this man's story. It's a story of a private plane, torrents of lava poop, and a far too exposed head. There's no proper way to introduce the story, so we're going to read it. So sit back and relax. I read this already. It is a great story. I hope it do it justice. Here's how this man described this story. I believe it was on Twitter and here. But anyway, here's the full story. So the guy says, it's just over halfway through the flight and all the coffee in my stomach feels like it's percolating its way down into my lower intestine. I hunker down and try to focus on things. What feels like an hour, but probably is more like 20 minutes passes. We then enter what turns out to be pretty violent turbulence. With each bounce, I have to fight my body, trying not to shit my pants. 30 minutes to landing, maybe 45, I try and tell myself. Each jostle a gamble I can't afford to lose. I signal to the flight attendant to head towards me. Excuse me, where's the bathroom? Because I don't see a door. I ask while I'm still devoting considerable energy to fighting off what starts to feel like someone shook a seltzer bottle and shoved it up my ass. She looks at me, bemused, and says, well, we don't really have one per se. Technically we have one, but it's really just for emergencies. Don't worry, we're landing shortly anyway. I'm pretty sure this qualifies as an emergency, I managed to mutter through my grimace. I can see the fear in her face as she points nervously to the back seat. The turbulence outside is matched only by the cyclone that is ravaging inside my bowels. She points to the back of the plane and says, there, the toilet is there. For a brief instant, relief passes over my face. She continues, if you pull away the leather cushion from that seat, it's under there. There's a small privacy screen that pulls up around it, but that's it. At this point, I was committed. She had just lit the dynamite, and the mine shaft was set to blow. I turn to look where she's pointing, and I get the urge to cry. I do cry. But my face is so tightly clenched it makes no difference. The toilet seat is occupied by the CFO, i.e. our fucking client. Our fucking female fucking client. Up to this point, nobody's observed my struggle or my exchange with the flight attendant. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's all I can say as I limp towards her like quasi-fucking Moto impersonating a penguin and begin my explanation. Of course, as soon as my competitors see me talking to the CFO, they all perk up to find out what the hell I'm doing. Given my jovial nature and fun-loving attitude thus far on the roadshow, almost everybody thinks I'm joking. She, however, knows that right away I am anything but, and jumps up, moving quickly to where I had been sitting. I had now to remove the seat top, no easy task when you can barely stand upright and are getting tossed around like a hood rat at a block party and are fighting against a gastrointestinal Mount Vesuvius. I managed to peel back the leather seat top to find a rather luxurious-looking commode with a nice cherry or walnut frame. It had obviously never been used, ever. Why this moment of clarity came to me, I do not know. Perhaps it was the realization that I was going to take this toilet's virginity with a fury and savagery that was an abomination to its delicate craftsmanship and quality. I imagined some poor Italian carpenter weeping over the violently soiled remains of his once beautiful creation. The lament lasted only a second, and I was quickly back to concentrating on the tiny muscle that stood between me and molten hot lava. I reach down and pull up the privacy screens with only seconds to spare before I erupt. It's an Alka-Seltzer bomb. Nothing but air and liquid spraying out in all directions. A Jackson Pollock masterpiece. The pressure is now reversed. I feel like I'm going to have a stroke. I push so hard to end the relief, the tormented sublime relief. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My apologies do nothing to drown out the heinous noises that seem to carry on and reverberate throughout the cabin indefinitely. If that's not bad enough, I have one more major problem. The privacy screen stops right around shoulder level. I'm sitting there, a disembodied head, in the back of a plane on a bucking bronco for a toilet, all while my colleagues, competitor, and clients... all while looking my colleagues, competitors, and clients directly in the eyes. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, briefly comes to mind. I literally could reach out with my left hand and rest it on the shoulder of the person adjacent to me. It was virtually impossible for him or any of the others, and by others I mean high-profile business partners and clients, to avert their eyes. They squirm and try not to look, inclined to do their best to carry on and pretend as if nothing out of the ordinary was happening, that they weren't sharing a stall with some guy crapping his intestines out, releasing smelly, sweaty shame at 100 feet per second. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, is all the ashamed, disembodied head can say, over and over again. Not that it mattered. And that's where the story cuts off. The big takeaway from this, the person who designed a privacy screen on a tiny airplane toilet that leaves your whole fucking head exposed should be shot with poop bullets. Because that's such a profoundly terrible, terrible idea. So yeah. Wow. What a shitty, shitty situation.
That's awful. That's awful.
I know it is. All right. So now that we got our shit stories of the week out of the way. Oh, Subsida making an entrance with the moron. Thank you. Thank you. Always so fun. Oh, and look at that. I'm being hosted. Oh, I'm being hosted. I was auto-hosted by my friend Jesse103. I just realized that. I'm looking at the screen here. Jesse103, please go give her a follow sometime, guys. If you have the ability, check her out. Over here on Twitch. I don't know her schedule, but she streams my favorite. She streams various. She's a bit of a variety streamer. She does have different games that she streams. My favorite, however, though, is Euro Truck Simulator. And I think she also does American or U.S. Truck Simulator. That's right. As ridiculous as I always thought those games were, I've watched Jesse play like for hours on end. The truck simulators, relaxing to watch. I've never played it myself, but watching Jessie stream it is so relaxing. And she's got a fantastic personality to just to add to everything else. So she's really fantastic and funny. Her streams are always a good time. But if you ever, I believe it's Thursdays, Truckin' Thursday. So if on a Thursday, usually in the afternoon, I know when I get to work at 3 o'clock and I'm slacking off during the first 3 hours of my shift, I like to hang out with Jessie on her stream and watch her do some trucking. It's very chill. Go give her a follow if you get the time. I would greatly appreciate it, and I know she would as well. Up next, yet another fun story. Sticking with the sexual nature of a lot of our articles today, because why the fuck not? A story I'm calling Silent But Horny. That's right, because sex with your lover is only a butt pushing away. Butt pushing.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
Wrong.
Oh, fuck. A button push away. Not a butt pushing. Fuck. It's only a butt pushing away. Walk up and push your girl's ass. You'll get yourself laid. Damn it. We weren't doing well. Fuck it, who cares? Someone created a $57 button that silently lets your partner know you want to fuck. And the internet is stunned. That's right, it's called Love Sync.
God damn.
It's a device that lets you, with the push of a button, silently and anonymously indicate to your partner that you're in the mood for sex. There's a fundraiser campaign for Love Sync launched on Monday on Kickstarter, and the device has already raised more than half of its goal of its $7,500 goal. People on social media are roasting the button for its purpose of summoning your partner and intent to replace audible consent for sex. Because, of course, people need to get angry about something. This is not, let me start and rant for just a goddamn moment before we get into the actual meat of the story. There's a joke there somewhere, too. Anyway, it's not replacing audible consent for your fucking partner. It's just a button. Instead of screaming across the house, yo! I want to get laid! Instead, you're sending a little silent text to your partner to say, hey, I'm horny. Why don't you come on in the bedroom and let's get it on? It's not replacing consent. You're not pushing a button and then raping your girlfriend, for fuck's sake. You're just giving them a little note. It's like a nudge, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, governor, little elbow to the ribs. So let's get that out of the way. It's not replacing consent. It's just giving them a heads up that your dick is hard and you would enjoy doing something with it if she consents. Anyway, Amazon pioneered the idea of miniature buttons that people press to quickly order household staples like laundry detergent and potato chips. Now a startup has a button for couples to request another household essential, sex. On Monday, the Kickstarter campaign introduced to the world Love Sync buttons, designed to help partners signal when they're in the mood. Love Sync buttons come in a set, one for each person's bedside table, so you can press it when you want to indicate to your partner that you want to have some sex. If both partners tap their buttons in the same 15-minute consensus window, both buttons will glow green and you'll know the other person's horny too. They say the nightstand, but I mean, really, if you're in the fucking bed, I think you can just, hey, I'd like to fuck you now. I don't really think the button is totally necessary unless you guys just don't have those kinds of conversations in your home and the green light is the only way to go. But there you go. It's not replacing audible consent. Maybe that's your thing. Maybe, So big deal. You and your wife, you know, you press, or maybe the better idea. I don't think the bedside table is the best way to describe it. I think it would be better to describe like you're upstairs, she's maybe downstairs getting ready or doing something, and you press the button. It gives her a little notification that you want to get your fuck on, and then she presses the button too, so you know, hey, when I come upstairs, you know, we're going to Pound Town. I think that's the better way to describe it, rather than picturing two people laying in the same fucking bed, pushing the button without saying anything to one another. Maybe more of a keychain. I should have come up with this fucking idea. I should give my advice to these people, because this is a little ridiculous. Though it's only a Kickstarter concept at this point, the LoveSync button aims for the elegant design of an Apple product or a Nest thermostat with CNC machined steel housing and a capacitive touch sensor. It's designed to take the luck out of getting lucky, so you can make your move with confidence, so you don't have to risk initiating sex and getting rejected. They launched on Kickstarter, wasn't met entirely with positive reactions on social media. People on Twitter skewered several features of the device as well as its description. One person saying, I love to anonymously trigger my horniness device in the hopes that my partner has also triggered their horniness device and that the patent-pending LoveSync technology finds consensus in our sexual desire spectrum ratings. At first, I thought this product was totally ridiculous, but basically harmless, and then I realized they designed it to use a central horniness server, which apparently may be something they described in there. Desire may be canceled using a 4-second button hold. The 2019 we deserve, somebody said. The video on LoveSync's campaign page says you can push the button anonymously, which is puzzling considering the buttons are advertised as being for a couple. LOL, just tell your partner you're horny, and if they're also horny, like, go to town, my dudes. This is so fucking dumb. My favorite part is that your partner anonymously pushes the button. There are only 2 of you. How is it anonymous? The best 2 things about LoveSync are, 1, saying it out loud requires you to clarify not like a kitchen sink every time. And number 2, anonymously? They also criticize the high price versus simply asking your partner for sex. The campaign says a set of LoveSync buttons will cost $57. If my husband spent $50 on a button to summon me to have sex with him, he wouldn't be having sex with anyone for a while. I'll tell you that much for free. LoveSync, whoever said communication is definitely part of a healthy relationship with stupid and dumb, here's a sex summoning button. And the memes, of course, go on and on and on, as one could only imagine. May be useful if kids are in the room. Make an app. I may just make an app for that. Fucking snowflakes need to shut the fuck up. Quoting C. DeGallis, that was not my word. I don't use the term snowflake because I am a unique and elegant snowflake, and I do not need to insult anyone. The button's located on each side of the bed and only works if they both push the button within 15 minutes. Totally useless. I agree. Completely fucking useless. Who's gonna spend $57 instead of just whispering, hey, can I get it in? Unfollow. Always being threatened to be unfollowed. Damn it! I'm trying to get more followers. I'm failing miserably, but I'm trying. We could work this like my Instagram account where you fuckers follow me for 2 days, realize I didn't follow you back because your account sucks, and then you unfollow me again. Now this is fun. I will not lie. This is some fun. This is exactly what the fuck you think it is. And it's a story that I have called Lego My Porno. And it's exactly what the fuck you're expecting it to be from the photo here, folks. That's right. The porn industry has finally decided to mock the Lego movie. And on top of that, do you remember how bad it hurt when you stepped on a Lego with your bare feet? Now imagine the same pain when a Lego dick is just being jammed up your twat. Does it sound like a good time? Apparently the porn industry thought so, and the live-action Lego porn parody is here to corrupt your childhood. If only I could talk. That's right, I use the words like pussy here on the show. Sorry if I upset you, but I will continue to do so. Pussy, twat, cunt. dick, cock, pecker, tallywhacker, wang dang doodle. We use all the terms here, in case you by any chance are new and didn't realize how big of an ass I truly am. Consider yourself informed. But last year, I dove into the world of Lego porn. It's the plastic brick-based genre made by fans who fantasize about fucking characters from the popular toy franchise. Today, the porn parody specialists at Wood Rocket released The Lego Movie. L-A-Y-G-O, The Lego Movie, a live-action rendering of those brick-based fantasies. This is a brave, costume-intensive work of madness. The performers are packed into boxy yellow painted outfits and asked to deliver lines like, "She's built like a brick house playset with a straight face." It's masterful, and I am probably going to have to watch it. Nobody thinks Ramit is special. Even Wild Piehole has her doubts until she gets a load of his big yellow pants brick. It's the penis of resistance. Now it's up to them to go find 50 Shades of Yellow before it's too late. Gabriella Paltrova as Wild Piehole. I have no idea if that's how it's pronounced. That's how it's written. I have no idea if they try and pronounce it any other way, but it's written as Wild Piehole. Deserves an Oscar for delivering lines like, "Dixburg has become a post-apocalyptic glandscape," without handling in her peg-shaped helmet costume on the spot. Playing Ramit is Donnie Rock, who is granted the penis of resistance that will save the world from utter destruction if they don't figure out how to use it. I don't know. The plot is a little murky to me from here. Someone watch the Pornhub Premium full version and get back to us on that. There's even a nod to Lego porn as a genre with a scene of figurines fucking. The song, much like the original Lego Movie theme song, "Everything is Awesome," is a banger. "Cover everything in hot cum," it proclaims joyfully. "My dick is brick number 4733. And if you look that up, brick number 4733 is a 1x1 square with studs on 4 sides. I guess it's not the size of your brick, but what you do with it. Now, if you were curious to hear even just a tad of what this movie is like, we have some audio of the trailer.
What's wrong, Grandma?
Everything is awesome.
Cover everything in hot cum. My dick is brick number 4733.
She's built like a brick house playset. I've got tons of bad gadgets in my bad pants. I'm so unspecial. I could be a certificate of participation.
Wait, what is that? Dixburg has become a post-apocalyptic landscape. You have the penis of resistance. We need to figure out how the brick to use it.
Ooh, yeah.
Your pants craggle is making my hinge tile tingle.
Wanna go down on Craggle Rock?
I know you wanted to. Here's some glue. We can stick it together.
He was stepping on a Lego or a dildo. Oh, cover everything in hot cum. Primal podcast, hashtag likely to offend followers and like it. That's true. That's all I'm good at. It's just wrong. I know. And that's what I do best. What's wrong? We are well past our hour limit. So not only were we late starting, but we're late ending. And I'm perfectly okay with that. So last but not least, folks, we finally made it to the last story of the evening. And you know we like to save the weirdest for last, and that's what we've done yet again. And it's a story I don't even really know how to address this properly. You're going to hate me for even bringing it to your attention. And I totally understand. And I can't find what I was looking for. In any case, the next story is about this. A little hard to see up at the top there, the tip. But it's a story called Your Lips Are Sealed. Literally. A man has created a lipstick to glue vagina lips together so period blood can't escape. Oh, that's right.
Ding, ding, ding! What do we have for her, Johnny?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Another stupid, pointless invention to add to the list, because somewhere in the world, in this case, Kansas, America, there lives a man who's never experienced a period in his life and has therefore imagined it to look something straight out of a horror movie. A bleeding axe wound! Cover your eyes! The world has been blessed with its latest pointless invention. A lipstick that glues pussy lips together so period blood will stay put. Sound far from healthy? It probably is. According to Metro, the American chiropractor behind the creation, which has been named Menses, is Daniel Dops. In a Facebook post on the product's page spotted by Facebook user Thea Butler, Dops explains how the adhesive would work. He compares it to how you can temporarily stick your face lips together if they're dry enough, and the post explains that all you had to do was wet your lips from the inside with saliva and they became unstuck. This is the principle behind Menses. Users apparently simply urinate, and all the period blood automatically washes away into the toilet. That's right. This is not a fucking joke. In the same breath, the Facebook post labels the invention revolutionary and, wait for it, safer means for women to control their periods. Right. In another post on the Facebook, which was spotted by another Twitter user, the product maker boasts that users don't have to see period blood, and you certainly don't have to touch it anymore, as if it's some kind of plague-ridden thing that will poison and corrupt you. I mean, I don't want to touch it, but I'm not a woman. I don't really have to, so fair enough. I don't know about you, but I just think this is not me speaking. This is the article. They say the author says, I think I'll just stick to my tampons. Thanks. Granted, it does mean we have to indirectly interact with our period blood every time we change it, but that's a risk I'm willing to take for the sake of not turning my body into some kind of menstrual prison. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Yeah. So, menstrual blood blocking lipstick to seal your vag lips shut. Does it sound good to you? Check out Menses. Oh, let's bring our stories down because that wraps it the fuck up for tonight. Let's bring back up our screen logo there. And, we can try something out here. We can test something out real quick. Let's, I have a new button that I want to test out and see how it works. So, let's go ahead. There we go. You may have heard Alexa in the background yelling at me, telling me that she's not sure what I'm talking about. There we go. I had a nice little button there. Maybe you should use it to keep the shit in his mouth shut. Entirely possible. There we go. So you notice I got a couple new transitions going. I was able to add sound to one of them. So we had our lovely new transitions going. So that wraps it up. We finally got through it all. We, of course, ran late. It's just about 11 o'clock. And we're going to wrap it up for tonight. We will find someone, attempt to find someone to raid and see if anybody's out available tonight. I don't know. Anyway, as always, guys, thanks for hanging out with me and checking out the show. Down below, of course, if you haven't already, there's the website, and if you haven't, you can follow me on here on Twitch, which I beg you to, because we're getting ever so close to the 50 follower goal to hit affiliate. So please, if you haven't given me a follow, go ahead and do that. Refer your friends, have them come give me a follow. You can also visit theprimalcast.com where you can fill all of your Primal needs. There's also links to my social media. Thank you for the fail horn. You'll find links to the social media where you can follow me on IG, Twitter, and like it on Facebook. And last but not least, while you're checking out theprimalcast.com, don't forget to drop into the merch store where you can pick up some Primal gear and help me keep the show running at its best. If you haven't, on my Instagram, you can see what some of the shirts look like. Point 4, the winner of the contest the other week, I have a picture of him up rocking his contest prize, the Primal t-shirt with my ugly mug on it. It looks really cool. He also got a sticker, with many of which I still have available. Maybe we'll give some away again next week. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be hosting more giveaways as time goes on, but right now, like I said earlier, all my focus is on this shit right here and trying to get this up and running and get the new PC so we can make things a lot more fun and smooth, so we're not worried about so many potential technical issues when we do the show. In the meantime, let's see if there's anybody available. Error searching for live channels. Really? Let's try that again. Let's see if anybody is all right. None of my close folks are on tonight, but that's okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and raid Kit Boga. If you're not familiar with Kit Boga, he is a really, really popular and really great streamer. He's actually, if you saw my video where I fucked with a scammer for several days, the idea came to me from watching Kit Boga. He frequently scams scammers, wastes their time, keeps them on the phone as long as possible, and generally just fucks with them in a much more clean and family fun nature than I did. But yeah, he's definitely worth checking out. He was the inspiration for that when I came across a scammer. So we're going to go ahead and raid Kit Boga's a lot of people. He's got almost 2,000 people in the chat, so don't expect us to even be noticed that we're popping in there. But let's head over. We'll give him a raid, check him out, and we'll get that started. In the meantime, like I said, thank you guys. I much appreciate you spending time with me. Keep an eye out for more updates on my Instagram and Twitter. Shots for followers coming up. Some collaborations coming up. Hey Shady Lady said she wants to get me on her podcast, all streamer or just streamer things. So keep an eye out for that as well. I'm very excited about that. We haven't made any official plans, but of course, when something is set in stone, you guys will know. So until then, I much appreciate it. Have yourselves a good night, and let's go check out Kit Boga.